Hi, everyone, and by everyone, I mean Cody, who's in the room. Welcome to the National Support Session for Entrepreneurship, and this one is for the exam. And I know the timing is a little bit awkward, considering the fact that this week you guys are still submitting assignment 2. So you have not yet had your feedback for assignment 2, but here you are getting prepped for the exam. Hence, the recordings are always so important. So anyway, let me go. First things first, as we always do, we're going to go and access the program assessment schedule. For that, you go to the student intranet, scroll all the way down to the faculty, and it's the School of Management Sciences, and under there, you will need to find your qualification. If you know anything about the exams, first of all, let me say, let me write this note down, the exam dates or summative are in the past, the program assessment schedule. There is no timetable. There've been a various queries about whether or not the exam timetable is going to come out. There is no such a thing. However, it is there in terms of the program assessment schedule. So you would go to distance program assessment schedule for 2024 term 2 because of semester 2, and then simply download that. So if we have a look at our program assessment schedule, we can see there that under entrepreneurship 5112, our exam will be a written on campus practical exam. Sorry. This way, written on campus practical exam, and it's a closed book. So that means you would have to know everything in your module, or at least have a good understanding of everything that's in your module. So it is a written on campus practical exam, and it's on the 11th of November at 8 o'clock in the morning. So once you get to the campus, you should already maybe have experience in writing exams on campus. You already know by now that you should have your exam center sorted. If you do not have the exam center, please log a VC assist call. That should have already been sorted throughout the semester. So yeah, center. And then, yeah, so that's, I guess, the most important thing that we can get from your program assessment schedule. And that's it. So usually that means that the paper that you will write will be unwritten or unseen. So let me do this. Let's go to the module outline to check what further information that we can get regarding the exam. In the module outline, what we are interested in is mostly the assessment. So as we go there, ENTRW, and we can see that the practical examination counts 35%, and it will be over 2 hours, and it's 120 marks, closed books. You do not get in with any resources. And in terms of the learning units, it's all the learning units. Excuse me. Another thing that I can give you guys is past papers. That's another hint that I can give you guys. If you look at your VC, if you go back to your VC intranet, let's go back back to student resources, you see that here there's a tab for past papers. All you then have to do is scroll to the relevant letter, which is E for entrepreneurship, and then you can see you can get for different years over here. So we can check for 2023, for instance. ENTR5112. So for instance, this one was a take-home exam from 2023. However, you might just learn, from exposing yourself to this assessment. So yeah, you will see there as well, it was also 120 marks. However, they had 21 hours because it was a take-home exam, whereas with yours, it will be 2 hours. So please make sure that you do refer to the past for that. There is no referencing required because it's a closed book exam. So let's say no referencing required for the written on campus exam. Because remember, everything that you will be writing will be what you have learned. So you don't need to worry about referencing, and this would be the in-text or the reference list. Yeah, and then what I would say is just go through the questions and make sure that you know how to answer them. Speaking of answering questions, my next hint to you is please answer the questions as usual, the Lear method that I have been teaching you guys, because here you list the theory, you explain it, you provide an example and an additional resource. So additional information would be you going further. So you might not be able to give a definition. So because it's a practical exam and you're writing, on a campus, what you can then is maybe use real life examples. So for instance, like with your assignment, for instance, they were asking about Tumi and her car wash, etc., etc. If let's say, for instance, you get another case study on Tumi and a car wash, what you can then say is for additional information, you can maybe then use current car washes that you already know, the current car wash market and what it is that you know about it, just so that you can build on your exams. But mostly marks are awarded for theory and application, which means examples as per the case study. Yeah, so I guess look through the past papers if you can access them. You can see on this one, they had question 1, and there's no such a thing, there's no multiple choice questions. You might be like, can get multiple choice. We don't know, but brace yourself for having to answer questions with full explanations. Here you can see they're asking for the different types of corporate, they're asking you to differentiate between a corporate entrepreneur, a franchisor, and a franchisee. And you can see here you will get marks for the description, but you will also get marks for the example. The different sectors through which you choose your product moves from, and this would be primary, secondary, and tertiary. And I won't necessarily go through all of these questions because you can do that for yourself. However, what I can also maybe give you advice on is go make sure you know or you can answer. Let's say you can answer all the assignment questions. Sometimes what I've seen is that in the exams, they actually sometimes ask you the same question. If, let's say, for instance, it's the macroeconomic environment, which is a favorite question, you can, you can expect it. If they've asked it in an assignment, it means it was important in the first place. So therefore, you can expect it again in the exam. And then another thing that you can do is maybe go through the learning units, go through the unit recordings, because there I give you hints of important questions. Yeah, and then another thing that you need to do is please make sure that you read the instructions on the cover page of the exam. They normally allocate 10 minutes reading time. So that means that you need to get there before, well ahead of 8 o'clock, so that you can get that 10 minutes allocated to you, or that you can use those 10 minutes. Yes, you might not be able to write, but at least you can get a good sense of what it is that you can expect in the exam while you wusa and breathe and do whatever it is that you need to center yourself. And that's about it. That's all the the hints I've got for you guys. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. That's too early to be writing exams. I know, Cody. 8 o'clock. I don't even like 8 o'clock meetings because I'm hardly awake at 8 o'clock. But the nice thing is that you still have the rest of your day to go through. If by the time you're done, it's done. And then do you think there will be less essay questions in the exam since it's not take home? There will definitely be essay exams, essay questions. And I'm not sure exactly what you mean by essay questions, but maybe you mean like long questions, such as the ones that you find in an assignment. I think that's what you get that's what you can expect in the exam. Any other questions? And maybe what to bring to the venue. Maybe you can bring stationery, your ruler, pen, pencil, etc., etc. Bring some water, bring a jersey in case it gets cold, and maybe some snacks for energy. You know yourself, you know what you need for an exam, or you know what you need for your energy. Some people have sweets, some people bring Powerade and all sorts of energy boosters. It all depends on you and what your needs are. Nothing else from your side. Okay, I think that's all from my side too. This was really a very quick session. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. If there's anything else that comes up, I will make sure that I upload it. And then just to show you guys where I will upload everything, if you go under more resources, you will see that under more resources 2.0, I've got assignment 1 and assignment 2. So I will definitely be opening up or creating a new tab for the exam, and that's where you can get everything. And then as usual, you know that you can get the recordings. So still under more resources 2.0. Well, yeah, the recordings, the playlist, you can always access it from this link over here. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Peace out. Same to you, Cody. Bye.